Hello students, today we are going to discuss the next topic of chapter motion, that is equations of motion. Till now we have discussed many physical quantities and their representation through graph, that is graphical representation of motion. Now using these physical quantities and using the graph, we can find the equations of motion. The first and foremost important thing for equations of motion is that these equations are applicable in a situation where there is the case of uniform acceleration. Right? This is very important to remember, that these equations are applicable only in the case of uniform acceleration. In no other case these equations are applicable. Okay, and there are three equations of motion. We are having three equations. First one is v is equals to u plus at. Second one is equals to s is equals to ut plus half at square. Third is v square minus u square is equals to 2as. Right? Now what are these symbols? I will first tell you, and then I will tell you how to derive these equations using graphical method. Right? Let us say first equation is v is equals to u plus at. V is your final velocity of the object that we have done earlier also, and u is the initial velocity of the object. Small a is the representation of acceleration, and in this case it will always be uniform acceleration. T is nothing but time as usual. Okay, now what is s in the second equation? S is distance covered by the object. Remember, this is a different denotation. S is never represented by distance. Distance is never represented by s, but now in the equations of motion it is important to remember that s is the representation of distance, or in some cases when distance is equal to displacement, s can be said to be displacement also. Okay, now what is u? Again, initial velocity. T is time. A is uniform acceleration. T is again time. Okay, number third equation says it is v square minus u square is equals to 2as. The denotations are same: final velocity, initial velocity, acceleration and distance. Okay, so let us quickly revise and write down. What is v? It is final velocity. U is initial velocity. A is acceleration. T is time. S is distance covered by the object, or you can say displacement in some cases. What else? These are the only symbols that are being used for the equations of motion. Okay, so let's start with the derivation of these equations. Derivation for equation number 1. First of all, we will start. Okay, for derivation of all these three equations, so for derivation of all the three equations, we are considering a graph in which all these symbols we should consider. The graph is a velocity time graph. It is velocity and it is time, as we all know. In a velocity time graph, we take velocity on the y-axis and time on the x-axis. Right? Now in this kind of graph, we will take the graph for uniform acceleration, because we have understood in the beginning that I told you the equations of motion are applicable only for the uniform acceleration. So we will consider a graph for the uniform acceleration. So how is the graph for uniform acceleration? You must be remembering it would be a straight line. This straight line I am drawing it from here. Okay, from here I am drawing the straight line. This is origin O, I can name it. Okay, and this graph I am naming it as AB. Graph line is AB, suppose. So why this is taken as from point A and not from point O, as we have done the uniform acceleration graph earlier in the cases of velocity time graph from O, but not here like this. Okay, in the case of the graph starting from O, that means the initial velocity is 0. At origin all the values are 0. But in this case, what is the initial velocity of the object we are considering? It is having some value. Okay, let's say this value is u. Okay, why I am considering it? Because initial velocity can have some value in some cases and it can have a 0 value. If I take a 0 value graph, then it will be a particular case graph. In that case, when u becomes 0, look at these equation. When u becomes 0, then equation is like this only. V is equals to A into T. Okay, but that is not possible to take u 0 always. We should have u. We should have some value for u. So in this case, we are considering the value of initial velocity as u, which is a common variable. Now what will be final velocity? Till point B we will be considering the final velocity. So this is the point where we are having this. So I will just extend it. So let's say this point is E, and at point E the value of velocity is final velocity, which is considered to be V. U can have any value, suppose 5 meter per second, 10 meter per second, 100 meter per second, or 100 kilometer per hour, any value. V can also be having any value. So on a graph we will always consider some numeric values, but in this case we are considering only the generalized graph, because we have to deal with the variables and we have to derive the equation, which should be a general equation for applicable for all the cases. Okay, all the cases means when initial velocity is having some value or 0 like this, or maybe final velocity can be 0 in some cases. So graph should be generalized graph. Okay, so we cannot take particular values. So let's say at final velocity, what is the time we are considering? This much time we are considering. So time I am taking it to be small t. From O to, let's say this point is D. From O to D the time is t, and this point also we have to consider. This is point C, you can say. Okay, so all the points I have considered, whatever are the values required to derive the equation. Okay, so for derivation of equation number 1, which is V is equals to U plus AT, for this derivation we will consider what? We will consider acceleration. That is, how we will find out acceleration? We will find out acceleration using slope, because of velocity time graph acceleration can be given as slope. So first of all, for finding this equation we will consider the slope of AB. What is the slope of AB? How to find slope? That is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, that we know this formula. What is y2 and what is y1? Now y2 is the second point of the graph. So graph is this much. Okay, we are not knowing the middle values. Okay, so we will consider first and the last value, that is A and point B. We know the values at point A and B, and we know the values on the x-axis also. Okay, so what is the second point? B is the second point, so this will be your y2. Y2 is this much. Okay, so I will write down according to the graph first, and then I will use the values just to derive through the graphical representation. Because I am using graph, so I will use the graphical values first of all from this. So that is from O to E. What is y2? That is O to E, minus what is y1? That is O to A. O to A. Okay, and what is x2? X2 is second point, that is O to D. And what is x1? X1 is this only at the beginning, so it is only O at the origin. Okay, because we are using this graph and we have taken the values A, B, C, D according to the graph, so we will be using these denotions first, right? And then we will be putting the values in form of variables. What is OE? Let us see. OE. What is OE? This much value is V. What is OA? OA. This much value is U. Divide by what is OD? This much value. This much value is what? T. What is O? At origin, what is the value? This is 0. Okay, so slope of AB can be represented by acceleration. So I can write A instead of slope of AB. So A is equals to V minus U divided by T minus 0. This will give me the first equation. The equation I am writing it over here itself just for understanding. The next step is A multiplied by T minus 0 is T is equals to V minus U. Okay, and what is the form of equation? I hope you are getting the equation is now V, U will come this side, is equals to U plus AT. So this is how we are getting the equation number 1. This is the first equation of motion. These equations of motion are very, very important according to your syllabus. This will be these equations will be used in each and every chapter of your 9th class, right? Now come to the equation number 2. We will be using the same graph, so I am taking the same graph for the reference. I am not drawing it on the next page. So second equation of motion, the first equation, now equation number 2. Equation number 2 was S is equals to ut plus half at square. This equation we have to derive now. Now in this equation we are having distance or displacement, you can say, and we are having initial velocity, time, acceleration, and then again time. Okay, time, acceleration and initial velocities, we have these values in the graph, right? Where u, initial velocity, time, acceleration from the slope in equation number 1 we have found. Okay, so all these values we have. Now what is to be found now? To be found value is S, that is displacement. Now how to find the displacement? Displacement in velocity time graph can be found by finding out the area under the graph. You remember? So area under the graph AB will be equal to displacement, or it may be equal to distance. Okay, so area under the graph, first of all we have to find out. So what is the graph? Graph is AB, and what is the area under this graph? Area under this graph, I will shade it with the pencil, is this one. This is the area under the graph, right? So this area I have to find out in this case. So what is the shape? The shape is OABD. The area will be OABD. What is the shape of OABD? OABD is having a trapezium shape. Okay, but in this case, to derive this equation, we will find out the area in two steps, like this triangle plus this rectangle. That also we can do. Okay, so in this case, for finding the equation, area under the graph will be found using two steps. Okay, so area under AB will be equal to area of OABD, that is a trapezium, and it will be equal to area of triangle ABC plus area of rectangle OACD, right? This will be your area. Okay, now how to write down the area of triangle? We all know what is the area of triangle. Half of base multiplied by height, plus area of rectangle we all know, length multiplied by breadth. Okay, what is the base of this triangle? ABC was the triangle, so AC will be the base, as I can see. Okay, so AC, half of AC multiplied by height. What is the height? Height is this one. Okay, that is BC. So I will write BC plus what is the length of the rectangle? Rectangle is OACD. So OD you can write, or you can write AC also. Anything you can write. So I am writing it over here OD. OD is the length multiplied by breadth. Breadth is OA or CD. So we can write OA. Okay. So now I have to write down the values in the form of variables. Okay, the variables for AC. AC, what is AC? See, AC is equivalent to OD on the x-axis. Okay, the value is equal, so this will be taken as time t. Okay, so I can write down half time t multiplied by BC. What is BC now? What is BC? BC is this much portion, and on the y-axis I can take the value. What is this value? From A to E, it will be equivalent to AE. And what is AE? It is not V, it is not U alone, it is OE minus OA actually. Okay, so here I am writing BC is equal to AE, and it is equal to OE minus OA, that is equal to AE. I had to write, sorry, AE it was. So BC is equivalent to AE. BC is equivalent to AE, and AE is equivalent to OE minus OA. And OE has value V, OA has value U. So this will be BC. So in place of BC I am writing it V minus U. Okay, this I am writing plus what is OD? OD is again T multiplied by OA. What is OA? OA is U. So sum of the equation part we are getting in this case, you can see. So that is equal to U multiplied by T. So let us write down in a reverse manner, UT plus this portion, half T multiplied by V minus U. Okay, so this is half of the equation done according to this, we can say. But in this equation we need the variable a, and here I am not getting any variable a, so we will replace v minus u to get the variable a. Now how I will replace? From equation 1 it says that v is equals to u plus at. Okay, so what is v minus u in this case? V minus u will be, going over here, it will be at. So if I put v minus u as at in this, then I will get the equation. Okay, plus half t, v minus u is a t. Okay, and then this will be your equation, final equation. Area under AB, what was area under AB? It was displacement. Displacement can be represented as S, so it will be S over here. So the equation becomes S is equals to ut plus half a t square. Okay, this is your second equation of motion derived. Now how to derive equation number 3? Okay, what was equation 3? Equation 3 was v square minus u square is equals to 2as. This is our equation number 3. To derive equation number 3, again we can find out s, but in a different manner we can find out. S is nothing but area. S is equal to area under AB, right? And area under AB is equal to area of trapezium. We will consider as a whole trapezium OABD, right? In the previous case, in the second equation derivation, we have considered the area of trapezium as triangle plus rectangle, but in this case we will consider the area of trapezium as a whole. So what is area of trapezium? Area of trapezium is sum of parallel sides multiplied by height and multiplied by half sum of parallel sides. What are the parallel sides? OA and BD are the parallel sides of trapezium that we can see. So OA plus BD. Okay, then multiplied by the height. What is the height? Height will be the perpendicular distance between these two parallel sides. That means this, that is AC you can write, or you can write OD also. So I will write AC, right? So let us convert it into the variables that we need for the equations. Half sum of parallel sides is OA. So what is the value of OA? It is U plus what is the value of BD? BD is this much. So this will be the value equivalent to OE. OE is nothing but V. So it is V. What is AC now? AC, it will be T itself. AC is equivalent to OD, and OD is nothing but it is T. Now this is S. Now can we see the equation? We cannot see the equation as it is, but we have to take some different steps to come to the conclusion that our equation becomes v square minus u square equals to 2as. Okay, now in this equation we don't want t, but we are getting t over here, so we have to replace it. How to replace? Replace t using equation 1. Equation 1 says v is equals to u plus at. Okay, and what is t from this equation? It will be v minus u divided by a is equals to t. So replace this with t. It will be half u plus v multiplied by v minus u divided by a. Okay, so I will rearrange this equation. A can be written as like with 2, in the denominator, and it can be written as v plus u, so that I will have one formula of mathematics. V minus u is v minus u again, so I'm just rearranging it in this step, so it will be equal to s. Okay, so what is this? V plus u multiplied by v minus u is a formula of mathematics. According to that, it will be v square minus u square. Okay, so v plus u multiplied by v minus u is v square minus u square. Okay, so this term we have done, and this is 1 upon 2a in the multiplication, and it is s. So what it is generally coming out to be 2a going over here, so that is 2as is equals to v square minus u square. So this is what is our equation. V square minus u square equals to 2as. This is our equation number 3. This is how we derive equation number 3. This is the equation. Okay, I hope you understood all the derivations of the 3 equations of motion. Thank you.